Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday night ranked racing. This is going to feature 60 minutes of FR2 action at the Hungaroring. You're pretty much seeing an early glimpse of how the F1 race will be tomorrow at the Hungaroring. But yeah, welcome to YouTube. We're here. We're trying to be live. We're going to see how this works. It's set up right now for 540p, so it won't look that great live, but this is also being recorded as I speak in 1080p, 60 frames per second, all of its glory. Looks pretty good. So this will go up as a recording at a later, tomorrow. So if you're watching it now, don't worry. Just watch it to hang out here with me, and to watch hopefully some glorious racing. We've got a lot of. Let's see how many people we have right now. We've got a total of 9 people already, which is pretty good. Hopefully we see a little bit more. We got a couple. We've got 2 Australians in there, some Americans, a Brazilian. We've got a Frenchman has now come in. If you're seeing the tags on the bottom right there, so DDF, Daniel D. Finney, the popular streamer from Australia. You may have seen some of his stuff before. If you haven't, hey, check out his page here on YouTube. It's great stuff. If you check his page out right now, he's gonna have his point of view of this race. He does it in VR. It's so fun to watch. I can't express how fun it is to watch his stuff. But put us up on split screen if you want to. 2 windows. You'll see his point of view. You'll see the broadcast here. You'll have the best of both worlds of everything. But he has the time to jump in here with us this evening. So that's awesome stuff. It's always fun when we have some folks that don't normally are able to get out to race with the North America RaceRoom Discord community. It's fun to have them get out here and race with us. Part of me wishes that I was able to race in this evening, but I've been away from the house all day. I have not practiced. I have not really messed with this combination, so I figured, hey, you know what? I'll just commentate this evening. Spend this time with you all here, whoever might be here, and call it a night. I'll probably have more fun here than I would on track at the moment. So as always. I see some folks in the chat already. Welcome to Zoltan, Grammy Dog. Welcome, guys. Hopefully the stream looks okay from your point of view, from your perspective there. I hope it does. It's probably going to be the best it gets. So hopefully my bit rate holds up. Hopefully it won't be that great a quality here live, but it'll be pretty good quality when it gets uploaded through the night into tomorrow. So it should be fun stuff. But as always, if you're here on YouTube now, we're obviously live, so make sure to like this video, put a like on it. Go back if you want to, look at the other videos, put some likes on those, comments, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to set up your notifications. As always, if we're here live on YouTube or if we're live over on Twitch, all videos get uploaded to the YouTube page. They're always uploaded in 1080p, 60 frames per second, so they look a lot better than what the normal live streams do. So if you catch a live stream and it doesn't look that great, don't worry. Catch the replay. When it goes up, it'll look even better. Clip it, share it, send it, do whatever you want. It's basically free reign to do whatever you want to do with the videos. But if you're here on YouTube right now, visit the Twitch page as well, North America RaceRoom. 9 times out of 10, that's where we put up a live stream. Only because it's kind of easier to do. It handles a little bit better than YouTube, for me at least, to do it. So, but in the end, like I said, any video or any live stream we do goes up on YouTube. That way we can showcase the community members. We can highlight, good driving, safe driving, clean driving, awesome driving. By all of us sim racers that do this. So that's kind of that. If you're just joining, this is going to be the FR2 class at the Hungaroring. I can only imagine what this is going to be for those folks that are out there. It's probably going to be a lot of, as we've seen already in the stream here, a little bit spinning. I see Dom Dussel. Good morning, probably to you, Dom. Whatever time it might be there in the old country of UK. But as I was saying, the FR2 class, I don't know if I've actually driven the FR2 class, or if I have, I've just messed around with them. But like a lot of the open wheelers, if you get too much on the throttle out of a corner, you're probably going to spin. You kind of have to just flow through a corner with speed, and then come out of it, and then hit your throttle to progress forward. So we're going to see how these folks do in here this evening. How many do we have? We've got 13 people as of right now. I mean, that's a pretty good number. This is a tough class of car, honestly. Really, all the open wheelers, if you're not very good with them, it's going to be a long time, or not a long time, but it's going to be a long session for you if you're not that good with open wheelers. Not that they're especially hard to drive, but really you have to be really easy with the throttle at times. Or if you're not, then you go spinning around. So it is what it is. It takes a special person to do these very well. But yeah, as of right now, what DDF is a 132.5. He has about a 2-second lead over Mr. Amesbury at P2. So this might be the DDF show tonight. But since I'll have control of the broadcast, we'll certainly cycle around to everyone. As I said, DDF probably most likely has 99%, I'm sure has his stream up and going of his point of view of this race. So if you want to put us side by side to get a broadcast view of it and a point of view from his perspective, certainly do that. Like his stuff, if you haven't watched his stuff, or if you're not really familiar with his stuff, I suggest you watch it. It's great content. all the videos or all the races that he does with the Australian, New Zealand community there. They go through Tuesday Thunders. I think right now they've got an endurance series going on. They do great stuff. So, and I think he's involved with most of that. So, watch his stuff, like it, and go from there. So what we got 8 minutes of practice left. 6 people have set a time. If I'm looking at the software, we still have 13 folks in there, so we've got some people still out there. Let's stay with Luke Filippone here. I think he's coming to the end. Yes, he's very close to the end of his lap. Just to see where he does. And then what we'll do real fast is we will then show you a circuit layout. And then we'll show you an in-car lap of one of these folks out there, because I did not have time to put one myself. What did Luke do? Luke did about 4.7 seconds slower than DDF, so about 137, I think that's what that said. 137.2. So DDF is definitely right now 1.5 seconds ahead of Theo Lupu in P2. So he kind of has head and shoulders above the field at the moment, but there's still some time left in practice, and you have qualifying to kind of tune stuff in. So you might see the top times get a little bit closer as we get closer to race time. But as I said, after watching Oscar Fielding, another one of the Australian, New Zealand sim racers, welcome Grammy. Better for me to spectate myself as well, which is why I'm doing this. I would probably attempt this race, but not really in the state of mind to try to do this. So I'll sit here with you all, have a little fun, chat, watch hopefully some good racing. So welcome to anyone and everyone watching at the moment. It's very much appreciated that you're here. Make sure to put a like on this if you like what you see. If you don't like what you see, then put a thumbs down. It all works in the end. It all achieves the goal of Google. But let's do this. Let's do. We got a little track layout. I think we got a little music behind it too. We're kind of making things crazy. But as you can see, the Hungaroring got 14 turns. After the start-finish line, you have a very long straight, which goes down to a pretty tight turn 1. If you've driven Hungaroring, it's pretty much tight. It's going to require you to get on the brakes kind of heavily. And then you'll feed down into turn 2, which is kind of a sweeping left, which then turns into a turn 3, which you can pretty much take full out. There's really no reason to stop, or not to stop, but to hit the brakes. You then have another very long straight up to turn 4, which, from my recollection, you do have to get on the brakes a little bit. It's more of a left-handed turn than what you think. Which then feeds you into turn 5, which is a sweeping right-hander, into the chicane of 6 and 7. So then feeds you down into, it feels like a chicane when you're doing it. It's obviously a lot longer, not as tight as a normal chicane, but 8 and 9 will feed you into 10, which then feeds you into a right-hander of 11, all the way down to 12. And then that's where things get a little bit crazy, is after you hit the right-hander, the 90-degree right-hander of 12. That then feeds you into a very tight sweeping left of 13, into a tight sweeping right of 14, and back around across the line. So as of right now, like I said, times 132.5, and that's kind of ranging from 132.5 all the way up to 138, 139. So times are pretty wide, pretty spread out through through P1 through 11 at the moment. So Now that we've gotten through that, hopefully you enjoyed that. I know I did. Where is... I think this is Mr. Insbury. Perfect timing. We're going to follow Mr. Insbury here if he continues all the way on a lap. So here's what I was saying. So he passes the start-finish line. Coming down to turn 1, that you have to get on the brakes pretty hard. And that feeds you through there. This is going to feed you down to turn 2. Right here. That was turn 3, which, like I said, you don't really have to get on the brakes whatsoever. You can just flow right through that. 3 into 4, which it varies on car how much you have to get on the brake. These you may not have to get on the brake very hard whatsoever. That was 5. And then it's going to get you into 6 and 7. The tight chicane, you can take a little bit of the inside on each of the curves, which then will feed you into 8 and 9, which... pretty much like a chicane, just an extra long chicane, really. Into 10. I think that was 10 or 11 on the other. But here's your tight, very tight right-hander, 90-degree angle, very close. And this is going to feed you into 13. Goes around this way to the left, and then turn 14. And then back across the finish line. So there's your in-car lap, sponsored by Theodore Insbury. He's going to put in a time of 1:34.3. So after that, let's move back to the auto director. Let's get a flow through, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Dom Bezel, livid. I'm back, Mr. Dom. Looks like we have a new P1 here. Someone has knocked off. Wait, oh, because we're on qualifying. Stupid me. That's what happens when I've been outside all day. In the sun, having beverages. I don't know what's going on. But Matthew Tate here. A name I have not really seen before, so I'm not really sure where he might be coming from, but he must be first out on the track and seems to be putting in the first valid lap. We're going to see what he gets to. What was DDF was about 132.5. He is going to be about a 135, 136, a 130, 138. And Diego, 137.3. There's your P1 right now. I'm back, Dom. I'm back. I'm not the legend at all, but thank you for that. Hopefully the stream looks okay for everyone out there. Auto Director is just doing its work at the moment. I'm not touching a thing. Luke Filippone is your new P1. 130. Oh, just like that, he gets knocked off. Dialupu, 133.5. DDF will be coming up here very soon. He is flowing through the extra long chicane, as I like to call it. He has purpled Sector 1. Purpled Sector 2. I am very certain he'll probably purple Sector 3 and probably jump up back into P1 like he was in practice. I feel like I need a drink. I feel like I need water. I might grab one here soon. But I'll do it quickly. That way Dom does not get upset. But DDF coming around turn 14. He's hitting the straight at 130. I think the line's what, about right there. 133.3. So super close to Dialupu. That's not where they were in practice time, so they are slightly closer here in qualifying. In what? 6 minutes left. Like a 10-minute qualifying? A person with more information would know this. But I don't have much information. I'm just rolling with it. But thank you all for joining, who might be out there at the moment. Make sure to like this video. Follow this channel. Dialupu goes back to P1. He is pushing DDF to the limits. Dom's crying. Not really sure why Dom's crying. Hopefully he's crying out of laughter, not sadness. I couldn't handle it if Dom's crying out of sadness. And here's the Spaniard, Marcos. Bermejo. No, I can't do that. I said that wrong. What's he? He's done some personal bests through Sector 1 and 2. So certainly not purple. Purple would be session bests, which would be faster than either Theo or DDF. But he's at least fast for himself, coming through turn 14. Across the line, and is going to end up 134.8, which is best for third. So kudos to him. One name I have not seen, and let's see where he is. Oh, there he is, Theodore Insbury. Must have just gotten out there, so he has yet to put in a valid lap. It's good to still see him there. We have 13 people at the moment in the server. With this being a ranked server, no one else can join, so we are at 13 or less. If we see some folks disconnect or jump out or basically just quit within these last 4 minutes. A decent number for the combination, I would say. FR2 at Hungaroring. Any open wheeler proves to be a little bit difficult for anyone, for everyone. We're going to see where Theodore ends up here. He's at a green, first sector. Personal best. He's at a green, sector 2. It's 8. He's 8/10 off the pace, 7/10 off the pace. Sectors 1 and 2. So we'll see what he does here through sector 3. See where he ends up. Coming around 13, coming around 14. There's the pit entrance. I'm going to assume, well, I shouldn't assume. I'm not sure what pit strategy will be for this evening. We might see some pits, then again we might not. So Mr. Insbury comes in at P4, 1.2 seconds off the top spot, currently being held by Theolupu. Go back to auto director, see who's out there. So DDF, I don't know what happened in sector 1, not showing up, but he's purpled sector 2, a complete second faster in sector 2. I can only assume he's going to end up. Yes. So that is almost like practice. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, my phone. So DDF comes in at a 131.6. That is quick. Mr. Morehouse coming through and around. He's going to end up with probably a 139-ish. A 140.6. So he's going to be about 8 seconds off the pace. But, I mean, you can't really... You never know with these open wheelers. Especially for 60 minutes. So even if you qualify in the back, there's always a chance to move up. With people, just losing it, going into a wall, having issues, whatever. So you're really not out of it at any point. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I guess if you're lapped multiple times or whatnot, but in the end, there's always a chance for an open wheeler to go crazy and to just go completely out of it and allow you back in the race, back in the game. And there is the end of your qualifying. P1, as it was in practice. DDF, Daniel D. Finney, a 130.9. Theolupu coming in P2 with a 133.4. Theodore Insbury, 133.7. One name, or one person that dropped. So now we're down to 11. So all 11 you see there are all that's left in the server. Rangy Rover, he was present for a bit. He must have dropped out at some point. And a few others, but we have 11, and I can only say this is going to be a tough task for these racers. So while this gets ready to go, I'm going to go get a drink of water, or get a water. I'll be right back. I should be back hopefully right before this thing starts. Just in time. Here we go. Lights will be going out here very soon. And wow. We had some issues off the line there. It looks like potentially DDF may have disconnected, as he's currently 11th, and he might be gone. Andy Morehouse must have started from the pit lane and now has a drive-through penalty for speeding. So right now, Mr. Theolupu is out in first place with, who's that right behind him? A Tomas. Tomas Univert. Zoltan, I did not kick DDF. That must have been the infamous ranked servers must be coming into play, kicking people, because it looks like DDF is gone. Maybe Thomas Cowart as well. Which is really unfortunate for both of them, and really for the whole server. It's never fun to see people get kicked due to either server issues or ping issues or whatnot. But we have a fantastic battle here for P1 as Tomas Univert is trying to get around Theolupu as they come down the straight into turn number 1. And Tomas has gotten around Theolupu, makes his way into P1, Theolupu into P2. Bermejo is in P3 with Theodore Insbury in P4. And yes, oh, see, there goes someone sliding around sideways. Tomas Univert. Just like that, as I said, problems can happen. So Theolupu moves back to P1, Bermejo P2, Theodore Insbury P3. And we're looking at Matthew Tate here, working on Diego. Mr. Diego, as they come through the chicane of 6 and 7, I think. Yeah. Then through 8 and 9, and down to 10. Look at the timing screen here, see where anyone is. We're on Matthew. Theodore Insbury's working on Marcus Bermejo for P2. As it moves back to Matthew Tate, P6, working on Mr. Diego. Let's see, Emery Anderson's back in P7, about 13 seconds behind P6. And Andy Morehouse is back in P8, which is about 19 seconds behind P number 7. So those two are lagging behind just a little bit, but as you can see, DDF is out. Thomas Cowart is out, and Tomas, who had that spin there in turn number 3, is also out. Marcus Bermejo has had an issue, and he's in P4, now being hounded for P5 and P6. Diego and Matthew Tate, they will hound him with his slight off. But looks like Bermejo has gotten back into P4. Theolupu currently has a 2.2 second lead on Theodore Insbury. Those two have over a 2 second lead. No, I'm sorry. They have about a 5.5 second lead over Luke Filippone in P3. Auto-directed this. Just going to follow Matthew Tate for a bit. And it seems that let's see what we have here. We'll cycle through the field. We have Mr. Lupu up here in P1. His best lap so far is a 1:35.06. He has about 2.2 second lead on Mr. Insbury that you just saw come through the screen at the very top there. So all he's trying to do right now is just to stay consistent, stay clean, and obviously not have that car look the other way or turn around backwards at any point to maintain his lead. We're going to jump to P number 2 with Theodore Insbury. Like I said, is about 2.2 seconds behind Mr. Lupu in P number 1. So, I mean, these two are going to try to just keep it clean. Like I said, try to increase their lead, not between each other, but also in P3, which you see at the very back of the street from Mr. Insbury here, which is Luke Filippone, which is being hounded at the moment by Marcos Bermejo. So these two are going to be fighting all the way through. Looks like maybe a little ping issue, perhaps, with Marcos. He's just kind of wiggling all over the place there. These two are very close. They are the closest to each other on the track at the moment. I think Marcos is really just trying to push Luke to the limit. Try to have him make a mistake. Not that we'll see one, but he's just trying to do whatever he can to try to get by. We'll stick right here. As Marcos Bermejo has gotten around Theolupu for P3. So these two will continue to do battle here. Let's jump back to Matthew Tate and Diego. Matthew Tate was fairly close. Must have had a wiggle somewhere. Put him back about a second. On auto director here. That is Luke. I don't like that. Compare next car. Getting me the new driver info. Luke Filippone about 1.5 seconds now behind Marcos Bermejo in P3. So now we are all stretched out in what we have. We are just 10 minutes into this race. Just under 10 minutes done, basically. 49:45 to go. And we have what? A 2-second lead from first to second. From second to third, you have about a 9-second gap. From third to fourth, you have about 2.2 seconds. From 4th to 5th, you have about 3.8 to 4 seconds. From 5 to 6, you've got 10 seconds. And then from there, from 6 to 7, you have 23 seconds. And then from 7 to 8, you have 55 seconds. So everyone is on the lead lap. Everyone, let's see, 8 out of the 9 cars that were actually on track to start and began the race, 8 of them are still left. So we're going to cross fingers that all 8 are still there in 48 minutes time. As always, for anyone who might be here watching this live with me, slowly talking through all of it, I appreciate it. The North America RaceRoom Discord community appreciates it. If you find it in your heart to like this video, please do so. If you find it in your heart to like any of our other videos that we've done of streams in the past, feel free to do that. Since this is recording and streaming at the same time, if you're watching this at a later time, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit a like. Who was that spinning around? That was Emery Anderson with a slight spin. Does not lose any positions, as he was pretty far back from P6 and pretty far ahead from P8. So nothing lost there other than just time. There's Marcos Bermejo, who looks like he's gotten into the wall. So Luke Filippone has gone by. He's moved to 4th, and he now has Matthew Tate coming up there through 8 and 9. So Matthew Tate's going to try to close the gap as fast as he can to try to pick up a position there. At this point in the race, that's kind of what it's going to be coming down to. I don't know about pit strategies. I don't believe there's a mandatory pit stop. Actually, you know what? Let me look. I'll look right now, and I'll tell you. Okay, there is a mandatory pit stop. So at some point during this race, 15 minutes in to 15 minutes to go, in that window, you have to make a pit stop. You have to change at least 2 tires. So at some point, these 8 racers will be coming into the pits, either changing 2 tires or changing all tires, adding fuel, doing whatever, but they have to come in, which is going to play, obviously, some kind of point. And there goes Marcos Bermejo once again into the wall around turn 3 or turn 4. So it looks like he probably has some issues with his car, either to the aerodynamics from the suspension, which is probably affecting the steering of that car. Is going to make it really tough. So he has to wait about a minute for the pit window to open, unless he wants to stop twice to have repairs done, and then have his pit stop be done. And what should happen, it's been a while since I've done this, what should happen is once the pit window opens, we should see new icons come about over in the standings. Little circles that will start out to be gray, and then once someone's come in for a pit stop, they'll turn green to signify that their mandatory pit stop has been completed. So another thing to keep an eye on as we go through this. And there you go. So the pit window is now open. The pit window will stay open for 30 minutes. So these folks now have 30 minutes to do a pit stop. And as you can see on the standings, you now have new icons to the far right, which are all grayed out. when a pit stop happens, and when it's when they do what they need to do, which is at least change 2 tires. Those are turning green. Diego here. Look at this. So Diego has come in and has already done his pit stop. We will see. I mean, we'll see if he can do 44 minutes on the tires he has, unless he's going to come in again. Who knows? I don't know. But if he doesn't want to stop again, he's done his pit stop, and he's okay. So that he took care of his. And look at this. Theodore Insbury has made up quite a gap. It is now about 6/10 behind Theolupu in P1. So we're going to stay right here for a bit. Here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to move to the cockpit. Man, I'll be honest with you. I love the cockpit views. I don't know what the dash looks like. Dash looks like that. I don't like that. Give me the cockpit view. I love this view right here. You can see, obviously, all the wheels and everything going. So you can see what Theodore's doing, obviously, within his sim rig on the other side. It also gives you a great view within an open wheeler of all the elements around him. To the car in front, to the left, to the right, and everything else. So we're going to stay right here for just a bit to see how the gap may either increase or decrease. We're going to see what happens. very close here. He's what, under 1 second at the moment. He's coming back across the start finish line. Down to turn 1. It looks like they might be coming up on a lap car, perhaps. They're coming up on Emery Anderson. Here we're going to watch in the wing of Theolupu in P1. It's Theodore Insbury. So Theodore Lupu is coming in for a pit, while Theodore Insbury will continue to go onward, take over P1, and continue on his way. So we're going to see what Theodore Lupu here comes up with about 37 minutes to go in the race. He takes his mandatory pit. He's going to go up. That's all 4 wheels. He's down, and he's on his way. So he will fall only to P2. So with that, Mr. Lupu has completed his pit stop. He's still about 6 seconds ahead of Luke Filippone. He is 24 seconds behind Theodore Insbury in P1, and that, it's going to be interesting to see if that covers the pit stop. So we will focus on Mr. Insbury here at the moment to see if he takes his pit stop now, or when he does. To then see the time between his pit stop and Theolupu coming basically from behind. But Theodore Insbury continues on, so no pit as of this lap. We'll cycle through. So as we were talking about, Theolupu has done his pit stop. So he may potentially be fine for the rest of the race to finish it. Sitting in P2, about 24 seconds behind Theodore Insbury in P1. About 7 seconds behind P2 is Luke Filippone in P3. As you can see, he has not done his mandatory pit stop as of yet. So we will certainly keep an eye out for when he will decide to do that. About 5.86 seconds behind Luke Filippone, you have Matthew Tate in P4. Once again, he has not done his mandatory pit stop. So, as like Luke and Theodore Insbury, we're going to keep an eye for when people decide to do their pit stops, just to see how that plays into strategy, but then also the outcome of the race. 41 seconds back from Matthew Tate, you have Diego Jones, maybe. I just call him Mr. Diego. He is 41 seconds back. He has done his pit stop. So realistically, he should be okay until the end. But then again, who knows? So we'll certainly keep an eye on that. But he's 41 seconds back in P5 from P4. We've had one person drop out, another one, so Marcus Bermejo, has dropped out, whether that was due to damage or just wanting to drop out or damage or whatnot or disconnect or whatever. He's now in the pits for good. Moving on from Diego, we have Emery Anderson, about 44 seconds back from P5, sitting in P6. Emery has done his pit stop, so we'll see where it all shakes out once everyone has gotten through to their pits. And then finally, back from Emery Anderson, you've got Andy Morehouse in P7. Has not done his pit stop, so we will see when he does, what he does, and at the others, how that kind of alters perhaps the running order. Switch it back to Auto Director, and it's going to find Mr. Theodore Insbury in P1. Alright folks, here we go. So Theodore Insbury in P1 is coming into his pit. We're going to see the time in the standings start to shrink between he and Fialupu in P2. If I could do a side-by-side screen, I would. So here's Fialupu all in the back. So Mr. Insbury goes up for maybe only 2 tires. But Fialupu has gotten back in front. Mr. Insbury is on his way out and is going to be about 8 seconds behind Fialupu in P2. So there's already one shake-up from a pit stop. And only 3 others have yet to pit. Luke Filippone here, which is only now about 3.5 seconds behind Theodore Insbury in P2. Matthew Tate and Andy Morehouse. I'm going to let Auto Director do its thing with Fialupu in P1. So with Theo being almost 9 seconds out in front, let's see what else may be going on out there. Who's close? Theodore Insbury is about 9.4 seconds behind in P2. You can see Luke Filippone there within the window, within the screen. So he's within viewing distance of Theodore Insbury in front of him. About 4.4 seconds back into P3. Further back than that, about 7 seconds, Matthew Tate in P4. Yet to do a pit stop. There's about 15 minutes left in the pit window. It looks like Theodore Insbury's coming up on Andy Morehouse there. Turning around flat car. See if he does it here. So Andy goes out a little bit wider on the outside to let him by. without issue. And that'll allow Theodore Ansbury to make his way through 13 and 14 back to the start-finish line. He's now about 10 seconds, 11 seconds behind Theodore. So Luke Filippone, making his way into the pits, has lost a spot to Matthew Tate in P3. It looks like maybe only front wheels going up, going down, and he's out and away. So he will drop only one spot to Matthew Tate. He will be about 18 seconds behind Matthew Tate in P3, so that should be enough. That should be enough to gain that spot back once Matthew Tate comes in for a pit stop. And unfortunately, the 7 racers still out there are very spread out. So there's no real battles at the moment, which is why the auto director is kind of focusing on Theolupa there for a bit. But here you go. So Matthew Tate is in for his pit. The last person to have a pit stop. You saw Luke Filippone get by. And regain his position in P3, which has then put Matthew Tate about 16 seconds behind Luke here in P3 in P4. So we're once again back to double-digit gaps between all positions. So everyone is very far spread out. So then that comes down to... My apologies. I think I'm coughing up a lung. But, as I was going to say, that basically means folks are racing themselves, racing the track, racing the car. So they're really just doing whatever they can do to not have any problems. They're not causing any problems. Viewers, sorry about that. I walked away for a moment. But as of coming back, it looks like we still have Theolupu in P1, Theodore Insbury P2, Luke Filippone P3, Matthew Tate P4. Where we have about 10-second gap between Theolupu and Theodore Insbury, and then about a 39-second gap between Theodore Insbury and Luke Filippone for your podium positions. We are now coming up on 20 minutes remaining. So 2/3 of the race have been completed. We have 7 racers left out of the 11 who finished qualifying. I believe we only had 9 officially start the race. I believe Thomas Cowart and Daniel D. Fenney, DDF, I believe they were disconnected between qualifying and the race. So what I'm going to... Andy Morehouse looks to be with 100% damage and officially out of the race, unfortunately. So we're now down to 6 racers. And what I'm going to do here, just to add a little spice to this, is I'm going to actually jump into the voice channel. So you'll hear some other voices than mine Not that I'm not interesting, which I'm probably not at the moment, but more commentary, more shenanigans. Always, Grammy. Always. Well, let's jump in here. Just to see what we might hear within the voice channel. I'll try not to cut anyone off. If I hear some talking, or if we all hear some talking, I will just stop talking for a bit. What am I on here? Auto directors. This is Diego. This is Diego and Emery Anderson fighting for position of P5 and P6. So these two are definitely the closest position-wise to each other on the track, and the closest battle at the moment. So we will we'll keep it right here for the time being to see how this shakes out. Thank you, Grammy. I try. Well, yes, try. I try to keep it interesting, even when I don't have much to add or say through a stream or a video. But I always enjoy everyone coming out for these, whether we're on Twitch or on YouTube, and really just for the fact of we're able to showcase, highlight, people within our community, as we do on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturday nights, Friday nights. Any night we have a race, we'll do a stream, we'll do a recording, we'll throw it up somewhere, and hopefully people enjoy them. Hopefully people like to watch them. Howdy, howdy. Let's look at Diego. Well, he's right in that 1 second range. So he's trying to get close, but then also having slight issues at times, which then pushes him back ever so slightly. So he's in that like 1.1 second to under a second range to Emery Anderson right there in front of him. With the quality, Emery Anderson off to the side, into the wall. So that's allowed Diego to get P5 out of P6. To answer the question about the quality, so I seem to have issues. I don't know if it's just with my upload bandwidth or holding a constant bandwidth or whatever. I have issues streaming with YouTube. So this evening I thought, well, let's stream in a lower quality. And yes, I agree. The quality of this live stream is quite low, and that's only to try to keep a constant stream running, I guess you could say. If we stream on Twitch, I'm able to get Twitch at like 720p. So like not full 1080, but at least a little bit better than what this is right now. So that's the only reason for the lower quality for this live stream here on YouTube. But I'll say, even though it's streaming in 480p or 540 or whatever the highest it'll get right now, it's also recording in 1080p, 60 frames a second. So even if you're watching this and it doesn't look all that great, it'll be uploaded, tonight into tomorrow at a higher resolution, higher quality, to be up there forever. So yes, I do know that the quality is not that great, but that's really just to get it up on YouTube, to keep it constant a little bit on YouTube. Because I feel like people maybe like to watch on YouTube better than on Twitch. So that was one reason why I wanted it here. As you just saw there, Theodore Ensbury sliding around. Which he's what? He's in P2, so now he's about 20 seconds behind Theolupu in P1. Grammy, I appreciate that. You should have it up on 2 screens, Grammy, because that. I was watching the 24-hour of Spa a little bit ago. There's like 15 hours left, just coming up on the nighttime. So probably after this, I'll probably put it back on and just chill out to that. But I would say, if you can, put us up on 2 screens. I mean, I appreciate you watching this. I don't know if this may not be as exciting as the 24-hour race, but hey. Right. Well, so to answer your not question, but just to, I know Twitch does record it, but for the way that I do it, I guess, is that even though I stream it wherever, I record at 1080p 60. That way, then it can just go up to YouTube like in that quality. Because I've noticed if I stream at 720 on Twitch and try to download it, like it'll be 720, but it'll look a little bit worse. I don't know if that's just because of how it is on the Twitch servers or how it's downloaded or whatnot. So I guess I do double duty with the streams, no matter where they are. Always recording it to a local file here on my system and then upload it to YouTube. That way it's kind of just a raw, pristine copy to go up on YouTube to, as a replay or as a place to find everything. Because if we do something on Twitch, like I said, it also gets put up on YouTube as a recording. This live stream here will be up on YouTube, but yet then I'll upload another video, same stuff, higher quality to YouTube, to be found later. Because we are in the technological age where 4K, 1080p, 60 frames a second, 120, 240, you know what I mean? Everything right now in the technological world is supposed to be good. So I do the double duty of streaming and recording in local files and everything else. That way, then we can put up the best quality that we can to YouTube. So if I was streaming here, if I was streaming this on Twitch right now, I'd be recording and then putting it up on YouTube, tomorrow to be found. That way, then all of the North America RaceRoom videos or streams or races that we capture are all in one spot, all in good quality. So that might be a not the best practice or the best way to do it, but it's just the best way that I've found to do it, because number one, my upload, while it should be good, I've never had good luck with streaming, I guess you could say. My bit rate's usually always pretty bad with trying to stream, so I really just try to stream any way possible to get them up there live.
Thanks.
Record it, then throw it up somewhere else. So
I got it right that time.
And there you go. You're also hearing some other voices, just to kind of cut up my chatter, as well as so the other voices you hear are the folks actually racing in the voice channel within the Discord community. So let's see who we're on here. So we're focused here on Theolupu in P1. He has about a 21-second lead on Theodore Insbury, which had a spin not too long ago. So he's about 22 seconds back there in P2. From P2, you've got Luke Filippone in P3, which is about 35 seconds back from Theodore Insbury. And we are now down. It seemed like it took forever, but then again, it seemed like it didn't. We are now under 10 minutes to go in the race, which, what are they running? The last lap for Theolupu was a 1:35, so, about 8 laps maybe? 8 laps to go. 7 or 8, I'd say. But we'll keep flowing through this. So in P4 you have Matthew Tate, which is about 19 seconds back from P4. Coming around now to the start-finish line. Back from him you have Mr. Diego. He is, this isn't 1 lap down. I'm sure it's 1 lap down to Theolupu. Where is the relative timing? Oh, I just used it for everybody. So Emery, Anderson, and Diego are 1 lap down to at least Theolupu. But Diego and Emery are somewhat close. About 7 seconds from each other in 5 and 6. We unfortunately only have oh, I was wrong. Andy Morehouse is still out there. He was in the pits. I think he was there for a while. Maybe he was getting some repairs. I thought he was out, so I'm mistaken. He's actually still in there. So we have seven people still running out of 9 who started. 11 ended qualifying, and we had 2 people unfortunately be disconnected. I think just the server kicked Thomas Cowart and Daniel D. Finney, DDF. Those 2 made it through qualifying, but then did not make it to the race due to the server. So that left us with 9 people left racing. So there's your 1 through 7. Theolupu here is who is it? Diego. So Theolupu there is now passing P5, putting Diego a lap down. So the system will focus on Theo here for a little bit. So we'll stick with him, maybe for a lap, and then we'll jump around to someone else. Yes, I agree. The FR2 sounds amazing. RaceRoom does a really great job with a lot of the sounds of a lot of the classes. That's really one thing. RaceRoom does really well. Is all the sound of vehicles, so these things do sound quite amazing. So I won't try to talk too much over top of all the sounds. I can even turn the sounds up a little bit if you want. Let's hear a little bit better. So we are closing in. Who was that? Someone was just spinning around. So Andy Morehouse is kind of sitting there on the side, waiting to come back out when possible. Looks like he's had a slight spin. He's at least going again, not going into the pits, so that's a decent sign that there may not be too much problem or issues, because he could have easily did a dive into the pits to have something fixed if there was too much problems. But he is soldiering on, which is great to see. Still there in P7, but you know, if he makes it 4 minutes and 45 seconds, he's survived, and should get some pretty good points just from the folks that were knocked out of the server via server problems or damage or whatnot. So, but he's on his way. He's going. He's moving. It's great to see. I think Theolupu here has, not to jinx him or whatever, or have a commentary curse. I think he's not really had too many problems for this race. I don't think I've noticed any spins or any issues with going into the walls or whatnot. He had a pretty tight pit, in and out. I think he got all four wheels, from what I remember. So he's kept it very clean, and certainly kept it on track, and has kept what he's kept doing what he's needed to do. What do we have here? We have Theodore Insbury. I'll tell you what. Theodore Insbury. Yep. He's about 22 seconds. Sorry for the long pause there. He is 22 seconds back from Theodore in P1, coming up on a back marker ever so slightly. So we have 1 minute and 40 seconds left in this race. Let's find out where Theolupu is. Turns 8 and 9. The extra long chicane, as I like to refer to it. So he's going to cross the line and push this race into one more lap. As he comes across with just under a minute to go. This will be your final lap of the race. This will be lap number 39. So I don't think we followed him around a lap. Let's do it in this last one. Because then we will also be able to catch everyone else. Oh, the commentator curse. I shouldn't have done it. I think that's been his first little hiccup of the race. Theodore Insbury is still 10 seconds back. But that may prove to be some issues maybe with suspension or aerodynamics. So we have a little bit of drama within the last lap. After 1 hour, we have drama. We're going to stick with Theo here to see how he takes this. He may take it just a little bit slower, knowing he's still got 9 seconds of a gap between himself and Mr. Insbury. He's made it successfully through the chicanes. He's going to make it very successfully through 8 and 9. It was dangerous from this point of view. He's going to make it down to 10 and 11. Then coming down to turn 12, he's very tight, 90-degree right-hander. He took that very gingerly. Then he's going to feed him into turns 13 and 14, so there's no issues here. He will come across the line as your winner. see. Let's wait and see. And here he comes. Mr. Theolupu, your race winner of 39 laps completed. Here comes your P2, Theodore Insbury. Across the line.
Oh, that was tiring.
And has finished his race. Let's follow Luke Filippone here. He's about 51 seconds back. And we're going to follow him all the way to the end. Hey, DDF. I was sorry to see that the server kicked you out between qualifying and race. It's super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. As we see here, Luke Filippone coming around turn 14 as your P3 coming across the line. Race is finished for Mr. Luke Filippone. Let's move to Matthew Tate. As he comes around, final turn, he's going to be coming in with P4. And Matthew Tate, your P4. Let's see who's out there still. Diego comes across, and there is your entire standings. Theolupu, P1 with a best lap of a 133.5. Theodore Insbury, P2, 133.9. Luke Filippone, 134.9. Ps 1, 2, and 3, your podium position finishers. Matthew Tate, P4. Diego, there it went. It's all gone. On to just the end of it. So there's your final. A little bit easier to see, I guess. But Diego, P5. Emery Anderson, P6. Andy Morehouse, P7. Marcos Bermejo, P8. Genevart, P9. And then, unfortunately, Thomas Cowart, P10. And Daniel D. Finney, DDF, P11. Those two were disconnected between the race. No, sorry. Qualifying and the race. So with that, folks, an interesting race, I guess you could say, just from the standpoint of, finishing, but then also staying clean and not crashing or having any problems. We didn't see too many problems. We saw some spins. Theolupu there on the last lap had a little issue after turn 1, maybe too much throttle. Got a little bit into the wall, and at least was able to And so with that, thank you for joining. Sorry for the lower quality, just from my inability, it seems, to live stream at a high quality, but it's at least here. Keep an eye out. This will be uploaded to the North America RaceRoom page in a higher quality, 1080p, 60 frames a second, all that good stuff. That probably should be up sometime tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Get your notifications set up. Find the Twitch channel for the North America RaceRoom. Make sure to follow over there. That way when we have live streams over there, you get notifications for it. Find the Twitter page in RaceRoom. That is the official Twitter page for the North America RaceRoom Discord community. DDF, thank you for being here at the very end. It's a shame of what happened with the server to to boot you out like that. For everyone that's here or everyone that watches tomorrow or later this video, check out DDF's content. It's amazing content. Every race that he does, whether it be RaceRoom or anything else, he does in VR. He's the man. He's more of a man than I am on trying to do VR and all this stuff. So check it out. Check out his old stuff. Like it. Subscribe to his channel. He races with us, or at least he tries to race with us when there's no server problems. Other folks from the Australian, New Zealand SimRacing community race with us as well. But then he races with them on Tuesday nights. Their Tuesday night, our Wednesday mornings or sometime. I don't know. Time changes. They throw me off, especially right now. But check out his stuff. It's mega content. Awesome stuff. So, we appreciate him being here right now. We appreciate him trying to race with the guys this evening. Didn't quite work out. That's certainly RaceRoom's fault, not his or anyone else's. So, check it out. Check out our old content. Keep an eye out for stuff coming up tomorrow night. We'll have a small quote-unquote rookie race. We'll probably have a stream for that. Monday night, the DTM 95 Season Championship, Round 7 at the Falkenberg Motorbahn. Keep an eye out for that. That'll be live streamed probably on Twitch, I would have to assume. So find both sides of the streaming world for the North America Race Room. Follow both sides. You'll end up with a live stream at some point. Follow DDF. Get his stuff, get his live streams, get his old videos, get all of his tutorials, everything else. It's all great things. So, with that, what are we? I don't know how long we've been doing this. About an hour and 40 minutes. We're going to call it a night. Everyone, have a great evening. If you're watching this Saturday night, if you're watching this any other time, have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekday. Have a great whatever. Whenever you're watching this, have a great whatever you're doing. I'm rambling at this point. Either way, everyone be safe. Everyone have fun. Everyone join up with a community somewhere that does sim racing. Get in with them. Get in with us. If you're on the Australian, New Zealand side, get in with them. If you're in the European, find any community you can for sim racing. Get in with them. Get racing, basically. It's great stuff. It's a lot of fun. It always is. Even if you're not that great, it's good to get in with people, learn how to do it, get a little bit better, get awesome at it. Hey, then you're all over the place. So, either way, have a great evening. Have a great whatever. And just do it. Live in La Vida Loca. That's how I did it last night. That's how we're doing it tonight. Everyone have a great evening, great day, great whatever. We'll see you all next time.